When it comes down to it, Woods is one of the best maps you can play in Escape from Tarkov. You can make big money in this map, there's decent chances for long range and medium range PvP, and there's so many tasks to be done here, especially early in the wipe. When it comes down to it though, a lot of newer players have difficulty with one thing in particular, and that is landmines. In this video, I'm going to be going around showing you some spawns that are real close to landmines, and then some other areas that you really need to worry about landmines. So hopefully by the time you're done watching this, you will be able to dodge all the landmines on Woods. Let's get at it. So first, we're going to be at probably one of the worst spawns on Woods, and that is over in this field just to the west of USEC camp. When you spawn here, you look over this way, you have some signs for landmines, so those landmines go all across the west side and they kind of jut out that way. And then if you decide to go towards USEC, if you go a little too far to the left, you're going to run into even more landmines. The problem with these landmines over here to the left is they are not marked by any signs. All the other landmines on this map are marked, not these ones in this area. So steer clear of that and just go around, make a safe path for yourself. Best thing to do from this position is just go straight south and get to the road. Now that we're over here on the road, you can see coming up to USEC camp, this dirt area right here is safe. You are free to come up here. All this area over here, you should be fine. As you go through the USEC camp though, and you get closer to these rocks up here, now you're starting to get to the point where it's a little more iffy, and you have the possibility of running into landmines, especially like if you go over these sandbags right here. Now if we go up on this rock and go over to the other side, now right here is where you will 100% run into landmines if you go out too far into this area. As long as you kind of stay on this side of these cutting down trees that you'll see here soon, you're safe from landmines. Now once you go down this hill and you get off like this dirt area, at that point you are free to go straight west. And up here you will again see that same row of mines that we saw at the very beginning on that last spot. Now if we go back to the area when we went up to USEC, we're going to go ahead and go the other direction and head towards Outskirts. Once you get headed this way, get past this power tower, and then on the right you're going to see some rock formations. Just past those rock formations are where you're going to have that same line of mines that we saw on the last two spots, but it turns up and goes basically parallel with that road to our left. But again, you get up here and get close enough, you will see signs that warn you. This one thing to note though is these signs are flat and it is a video game, so if you're looking at it from the wrong angle, they can be extremely hard to see, and that's kind of the problem. You can see in the position I'm at right now, if that one's just off my screen and I don't notice it, I'm running straight at those other ones, I may never see the signs. But again, these signs go all the way down until we hit this ridge down here. Now up on top of this ridge, right here is a spot where there's a stash, but more importantly, this ridge is kind of about as far as you want to go. You can see we're back up on that ridge and you see those signs right there, but obviously it's not where it exploded. This whole area right here, even though it is closer than those signs, does have mines in it. So this ridge, once you hit it, I kind of use that as a boundary. You can cut down a little bit right here, but don't go too far in that field because you will get exploded before you actually hit the signs. Same thing for this road. Over there you see like the little sniper warning. This road though at this point does have mines, so just stay clear of it. It goes to show you, even if you see signs in the distance, they're not necessarily safe up to those signs, especially on this side of the map. It seems to be a little more iffy. Now as you go closer to Outskirts, you see right there another sniper sign warning, just steer clear of it. Then once you get down here to where the wall starts, at this point you can basically almost go right up to the signs, But again, I haven't gone down the entire length of the sign, so if I were you, I'd be a little more cautious and just give it a little bit of a buffer and don't go right up to them. Now that you see those signs, this part of the map's pretty simple. You can just follow those all the way down to Outskirts. As long as you don't get too close to them, you'll be fine. One of the bigger problems though that even experienced players have on woods is when you spawn over by Scav house. There are a couple spawns in this area and it can be difficult to orientate yourself right at the very beginning. So I'm going to give you a couple of things to look out for. First off, if you see a bunch of these rock formations, good chance you are in this area, especially this big rock. Normally when you spawn over here, if you see that big rock, your Scav house is right on the opposite side of it. So you can kind of just run towards that big rock and you're fine. Especially if you look behind in the distance, you will see some signs. So at this point in the map, the signs are going to be more towards the south. Kind of gives you a good way to tell where you are. Now, if you spawn over this area and you see some rock formations, but you do not see that big rock, most of the time, you will definitely be able to see signs as well as the truck over at Outskirts. So if you can see the truck at Outskirts, just so you know, the front of the truck points north, back of the truck south. Again, like I said, mines are going to be to the south. I would keep those signs to your right, run this direction, and eventually you'll hit the lake. Another area that can have some issues with mines at the very beginning is up here in the northwest. Rule of thumb, if you see this blue fence, you'll see signs, you'll see like little sniper painted things too, to let you know that they're snipers. Safest thing you can do from here is just go up the hill and look for the radio tower. Once you see the radio tower, then you have a real good point of where you are. You can go towards Scav bunker or even turn to the right and go right over to the USEC camp that we were at earlier. Obviously though, if you're going to go towards the USEC camp, watch out for this right hand side of that hill where those rocks are and trees, because there are mines in there like we said before. Now if you happen to go towards the Scav bunker, you're pretty safe over here. There is a little bit of risk to the north, but one thing I want to point out is these two mountains. You can see over there, the mountain's a little flat. That mountain has a good peak to it. Basically right straight between those is north. So kind of a nice way to know your direction if you're up there and don't have a compass. You head this direction, you will see these rocks. These rocks are a decent border. If you don't go past these rocks, then you're going to be safe. But you can go past these if you want maybe a safer way to traverse the map. But again, when you keep going, you will start to see signs. Another semi-tricky area of the map, when you're up here on this road over by Scav Bridge, obviously you can see the signs for snipers and landmines and whatnot. So stay clear of those. But once you head over to the Scav Bridge, a little bit of an interesting spot. Now once you get over here, you can see there's a sniper warning sign right there, but that is the only sniper warning sign on this side of the bridge. So rule of thumb, if you don't want to get shot at, do not get any closer to the river as I am right here until you are out of this little wooded area. Once you're out of that wooded area, at that point you are safe to go down towards the river, and you can even use the embankment as cover if you're trying to traverse across the north side of the map. Speaking of sniper scavs, if you're over here at the village and you're trying to use the vehicle to extract, don't get any closer to the front than like the rear passenger door. If you get any further up than that, the sniper scav will start shooting you, and if he hits you twice in the thorax, you're done. One last area to talk about, over here there is a spawn near this area, but if you see this fenced off area, on the other side of this you can get shot at. You're best off just going around, but don't fall for this little trap up here. On top of this hill, it's not fenced. So just try to stay aware. If you're in this northeast part of the map near the old sawmill, do not go down this hill. You are unable to get back up and you will get killed. Furthermore, down here a little bit, you will see this broken piece of fencing. It's hard to see that sign, especially if you're coming from this angle, but there is a sign right there on your right, and there are landmines in that area, so do not go through that. Alright, hopefully watching this, you guys will have a really good understanding of where the mines are. Like I said, 95% of them are marked. There's a couple areas where they come out a little further past the signs, so just be aware. Give those signs a good 20-foot buffer, and just be aware of those mines are to the west of the USEC camp, and you should be golden. It's one of my favorite maps to have newer guys learn because there is so much you can do on the map and so much money to be made, and it doesn't force you to have firefights. Appreciate you guys for watching. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit that subscribe. Come out new videos every Friday. I'll stream over on Twitch every Sunday morning and Tuesday and Friday night. Till then, see you guys next time.